We pick 10 logical successors to the Phenom. Through countless eras of WWE, there has been one constant throughout. We know him as The Undertaker, a near 7-foot man who hardly ever broke character, who was beloved by generations of fans, and who always had the respect of his peers and co-workers in the locker room. We saw his last hurrah at WrestleMania 33, when he left his trademark trench coat and hat in the middle of the ring, walking away for the very last time, after losing to Roman Reigns in the main event spot of the Mammoth pay-per-view. In his wake, he left a void nearly 7 feet tall and impossible to fill. We picked 10 men who could continue his massive legacy, embodying one or more of the qualities that made him so special. Of course, this man would not be an imitation, but at best, a tribute to the living legend. Here are our contenders for the big role. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Number 10. Finn Balor. The aura of The Undertaker began right from when the man's music hit, and the audience fell into the thrall of his captivating spell. Finn Balor, when he taps into his dark side, can also summon the forces of darkness and unleash a character that is the embodiment of creepiness. It also helps that he is also one of the world's best in-ring performers. WWE has also been protecting this particular character since it first made its debut and even put the Universal Championship on its shoulders. Bear in mind that the Demon King Avatar has never lost on the main roster. For the most part, it was also protected while in NXT. Finn Balor has a long way to go before he can command the same respect and mystique as The Undertaker. For now, though, he's doing pretty well for himself as one of the top baby faces on Raw. Number 9. Eric Young. One half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Eric Young is a mysterious, deranged and super creepy character. Those who have followed him from his TNA days know that he is a very talented in-ring competitor and is also someone who is exceptional on the microphone. Much like The Undertaker, you cannot take your eyes off Eric Young, whether he is heel or face. He is a master of the mind games and someone who can get an immense amount of heat, irrespective of how much in-ring or microphone time he gets. TNA fans know that we've only seen the tip of the iceberg thus far. Eric Young is a man of mystery and mystique and lives his character at every step. WWE always needed someone like him. Number 8. Asuka. The biggest similarity between Asuka and The Undertaker is the existence of their streaks, despite the fact that both are very different in nature. Asuka has not lost a single match during her NXT run, with 523 undefeated days in WWE's developmental brand, going to the main roster undefeated. Of course, until WrestleMania 30, The Undertaker too had a streak of his own. He was undefeated across 21 showcases of the Immortals before he fell victim to a beast. This is in addition to the fact that he was protected for most of his career, winning more matches than he lost for the greater part. Much like a certain Empress of Tomorrow did on NXT, WWE only protects those performers they see value in. Asuka and The Undertaker are both great in-ring performers who make their opponents look good even in defeat, and in many ways, Asuka is a female incarnation of The Undertaker. She may not be spooky, but her strikes are just as deadly as those of the dead man. Number 7. Luke Harper. A big, high-flying man with a gimmick rooted in the supernatural world. Are we talking about Luke Harper, or are we talking about The Undertaker here? We're discussing both. While he's not fared nearly as well as The Undertaker in his WWE career, Harper has the support of his wide contingent of fans. There's many a supporter rooting for him to succeed. With the right booking, Harper could be a dominant force on SmackDown Live, if not the follow-up to The Undertaker. If he were repackaged and pushed in the right manner, he certainly could have main event potential in a very short span of time. Had he been booked right from the start, Harper could have been higher on our list. Unfortunately, he's only going to be a reminder of how WWE booking does not do justice to many talented individuals. Number 6. Rosemary. We've seen a huge influx of TNA talent in WWE recently, many of whom haven't had to change their names either. One would assume that Rosemary, considering how popular she is in Impact, has caught the attention of those in WWE right now. Rosemary lives her character and is a pretty decent hand in the ring as well. In this era of women's wrestling, why couldn't the successor to The Undertaker be a woman instead of a man? She already channels the spirit of The Undertaker better than almost anyone in professional wrestling, man or woman, anyway. Number 5. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is back in WWE, and he's wrestling better than ever, at over 40 years of age. However, except for live events, the face paint is still a thing of the past for Hardy. How cool would it be to see him return as the charismatic enigma once again? The creatures of the night would be very pleased. Much like The Undertaker, Hardy is a superstar who defies age and gives it his all every single time he steps into the ring. His gimmick may not be supernatural, but it is eerie in its own way and a definite hit with fans. When younger talent steps into the ring with Jeff Hardy, they are enriched because of his experience. Such was the case with The Undertaker as well. With many years of wrestling left in him, Jeff Hardy can surely take over the reins from The Undertaker, especially if he embarks on a singles run someday. Number 4. Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross's current avatar, in many ways, is the exact opposite of The Undertaker's legendary gimmick. She is short in stature as compared to the towering dead man, but is enigmatic, and compared to the calm and collected poise of The Undertaker, she is a volatile woman, brimming with chaos. But through this difference, many similarities do emerge. Both have an unsettling aura to themselves. Both have characters that can never be completely babyface because of the tinge of darkness that adorns their gimmicks. We believe that Cross may be able to continue the legacy of The Undertaker even better than her stablemate Eric Young can. If WWE puts the jetpack on the woman when she steps onto the main roster, the future could be very dark indeed. Number 3. Woken Matt Hardy. Regular Matt Hardy is your usual bloke. Broken Matt Hardy from TNA, however, is anything but. He is a deranged, psychotic man who has changed the very nature of sports entertainment right now. Of course, he's a TNA product. But Woken Matt Hardy certainly isn't. Broken Matt Hardy possessed several powers that others in the TNA roster did not have. He could appear and disappear when the lights went out. He communicated with those in the spirit world, and he called his body just a mortal vessel. Much like Kane, Broken Matt Hardy too had a nefarious brother whose name was Nero. If WWE lets Matt Hardy run with the gimmick, he can create a universe around it, much like The Undertaker did with Kane, Paul Bearer, Brother Love, and the Ministry of Darkness during the Attitude Era. In many ways, Matt Hardy would channel classic Undertaker instead of modern Undertaker. Number 2. Bray Wyatt. Despite the many times he's been pinned this year, do remember that Bray Wyatt was the WWE Champion in early 2017, before he lost the big prize to Randy Orton. Wyatt is a young man and certainly has a massive future ahead of him. While his segments of late haven't really been as creepy as they should have been, we must agree that he's the first thought that crosses our mind when we think of a successor for The Undertaker. Wyatt is someone who was born in the wrong era, because the toned-down PG sensibilities of the current era don't do justice to his horror-themed shtick. Do not forget that Wyatt has been part of some genuinely creepy segments when he's not muttering mumbo-jumbo on a weekly basis. We've only read the first chapter of Bray Wyatt's book, and there's a lot more to discover in coming years. Number 1. Alistair Black. Alistair Black is a superstar who certainly has the potential to be the company's next breakout star and the next big thing in the sports entertainment world. His meditative stance can strike as much fear into an opponent as The Undertaker's walk to the ring does. Supplemented by his arsenal of kicks and strikes, Black is certainly one of the most unique characters ever created by WWE. There is an aura that hangs about him, like a cloak of mystery. When he steps into the ring, Black is seemingly a man possessed with powers beyond our realm. We hope that WWE can do justice to these fine men and women, so that they too can have careers that are similar to that of the Phenom. Good booking can help these superstars attain longevity and immortality in the audience's eyes. We hereby conclude our massive list. What do you think of it? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your opinion.